spirits is the one that gave the brother the mathematical equation he said came with you. He was talking about the brother. Well, that brother basically is tapped into his genius or his genius or his Damians in this Damianic reality, which is all on the inside of you. Which in actuality is dead people in one's head. Now, what does it mean by that? When your ancestors die, because we are all a part of the same elemental forces. The melanin is made up of the elemental forces: water, earth, fire, and air. Those same elemental forces that makes you up, that is your soul and everything else, when your ancestors die, they go to live inside of you. You see? So by praying to the ancestors or giving libation to the ancestors, you was enhancing your own spiritual essence, because they go to live inside of you. And those are the ones they call demons or Damians. So to cut off from a multi-deity worship or level of understanding of what you call spooks and images like that is to cut yourself off from the real knowledge. Now what happens is this: after years of believing of not believing or not understanding the latent forces that's on the inside of you, when you do tap into them, it's a horrible experience because you're so far removed from that. So they say man looks back in the past and see his original self, and he's frightened at what he sees because he's so far removed from that which he really used to be. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like, you're a mother and the baby all over you, and the baby just loves you to death, and then you go off and you stay for 3, 4, 5 months, and the baby don't recognize you, and the baby on the other mama hand or somebody's raising it, and you go to get it, and the baby starts hollering and crying because it's so far removed from what it is, it doesn't remember. So what we're talking about here is this, and what I was trying to tell the people also too, and this may be a greater explanation. Somewhere around the 2,000-year mark that we had the establish of organized religions other than educational systems of spirituality that the ancient world, they decided that all aspects of the inner workings of the soul had to be isolated and put into something evil. And they turned away from it. So what was called a whole underworld level, which means you go deep within inside. The underworld just means the inner world. The dark side just means the inside. Give you an example. You confused right now. If you confused, the first thing you'll do is you'll close your eyes. Then you go, oh, I got it. That means you had to go in the inside, into the darkness, to pull something out that you needed for this world. So all major religions have been fighting to keep you from that level. And that's to keep you in a state of slavery. So because all of the other modern day religion had cut out that particular force and made all that evil satanic. Now all of a sudden, you are scared of any doggone thing. You see what I'm saying? And you don't tap into those particular latent powers. You see what I'm saying? You see?
Absolutely.
See, and so these are some things that's actually happening. And so now we must get over the fears of what we read in some religious book. But remember now, I want to show you this here too. You know, these entities, remember I said that your subconscious mind will create what it wants for you, but you got to convince your subconscious mind that it's real. Well, it works the other way too. If you convince your subconscious mind that that is evil, then it becomes a force of evil. To a child, the boogeyman is real. If you don't think that, see, to you, the boogeyman is just a myth. But as he grows older, he convinces himself that it's not. And some people are never convinced that. You got grown people now that won't sleep in the dark. You see what I'm saying? So my point is all our perceptions and our realities is a series of perceptions on how you perceive things based on a series of programs. So if you are programmed that everything that you can't see or everything that is given to you has to be in the text of the way the European explains it to you, or the way modern day religion explains it to you, then therefore everything else is going to look like the devil. Whereas you can go right in that same damn Bible. See, the Bible, if you go by the Bible from A to Z, page to page, it might not line up. But because the Bible is made of ancient fragments, you can go in the Bible and find just that. One chapter is Matthew, Isaiah 45. Let me see. Yeah, Isaiah chapter 45. It says in there, I will give you the treasures of darkness. So wait a minute, right? Darkness, why is darkness a treasure? Darkness is melanin. I will give you the treasures of darkness. Isaiah 45.
Treasures.
The treasures of darkness. You see what I'm saying? So if you go and take the Bible and take it out of the theological context on where you was taught it, and go back and just look, you will find these passages throughout the whole Bible. You see what I'm saying? So if Revelation is a book that explains the unveiling of your soul through different seals, different symbols, the dragon, and all these particular things, and somebody teaches you that this is some horrible thing that's going to happen in the last days physically or whatever type thing, and you were trained on it that way, then you will never get the true meaning on what it's talking about, and you will literally be afraid of it. Revelation is 99% of what's going on in your body. You got 7 seals, you got 7 chakras. You got the great dragon, where you got the kundalini energy, which is the serpent that rises up the staff of Tahuti.
Yeah, that's the great dragon.
That's the great dragon. You got the beast, which is the number of a man. 666. You got 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, which is carbon. And carbon is the basis of melanin. Melanin is carbon. We are carbon beings. White people are carbon-based beings.
Explain what you're saying. Explain that.